Hey, this is Jay, your DM. Welcome to Nair.
I'm Amy. I'm playing Bijou, the High Elf Glamour Bard.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Reeve Viteyevich Kolosevsky, the Paladin Hill Dwarf.
I'm Ian. I'm playing Harry, the Fearbog Druid.
And I'm Erin. I play Tatsuo, the Human Samurai.
All right, we are trying a new method today. We're trying this out on Zoom, a little bit better audio on our end, a little bit less visuals, so hopefully we'll be able to explain things a little bit better for you, our lovely listener. Where you guys left off is in a cave. You just killed a baby dragon.
Rudely.
Tatsuo was very unhappy about it. There was a lot of money that was taken, some by Tatsuo, even though she was complaining about blood money. And
I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to do something better with it.
All right.
She stole my idea, basically.
No, but it just was sitting there.
So in the cave to your left, you have seen that the path back to the entrance of the cave, and then to the right is back to where the saber-toothed tigers were.
Well, we could peek out the front and see if the dragon's still there. Or we could try to sneak past the large cats again and go deeper into this cave. What do you think?
I like cats.
I do too. I will follow you. We will go pet some kitties.
I'm gonna look over at Byung Ho and see what he thinks.
He nods. He says, I'm not very fond of the idea of facing that dragon again, especially in the condition that I'm in right now. So if we can find a way out.
How much health does he have right now? I didn't ask.
That's a great question. I think he had like 20 health left.
I'm going to give him a potion of minor healing.
Okay.
It's not much, but I hope it helps.
Oh, yeah, I'm at 9. I just remembered.
Do you need one, Reeve?
Yeah, I'm a little thirsty. No, I'm okay. I just want something to drink. Yeah.
Sorry, someone healed him last time, so he has 32. He's okay.
Oh, okay. So then I'm gonna offer that potion to Reeve.
I'll
Physician,
take it.
heal thyself.
I will take it and I will drink it. How much? What is it?
2d4 plus 2.
34 plus. Oh,
2 d4s
2d4.
plus 2.
Okay.
30 D4s.
30 d4s. Okay.
What is it? 900 d4s? All right.
All right. So 2 d4s, you said? All right. 4 plus 2, you said? Or plus 2?
Yes.
2
Okay.
d4s.
Okay, I'm up to...
You roll 2 d4s and you look at the numbers and you add them together.
All
And then when
right.
you're done doing that complex task, you add 2 more.
I'm at 13. I guess I can heal myself 30 times. I don't think I can lay hands on myself. I mean, I could.
Listen. I guess Vorum didn't teach you this skill, but...
Gross.
So, what are you doing? Are you healing yourself?
I'll lay hands on myself.
Self-hug.
Yeah. And then
Do you caress your own cheek with the back of your hand?
I do something like I don't know.
Thanks for acting it out in an audio medium.
I'll I'll just give myself a hug, like a pat on the back maybe. I'll just pat myself on the back.
Okay.
And I'll give myself 20.
All right. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Nair. That's all we have time for.
You
Really?
didn't even earn it.
Really? You're going to go that way. Okay. I see how it is.
Can we go back by the cats?
Tatsuo stomps off toward the cats.
Stomping?
follow
No.
us.
So I'm going to
It's too
put
late.
an arm. I'm going to put an arm on Tatsuo and say, "Shh! Don't stomp around. You can't stomp around, otherwise they'll wake up." Okay. And then what would we be?
I feel like I got very lucky last time, so
Well,
I
let's
don't know how it's gonna go this time.
That's why you should sneak.
Tatsuo starts sneaking. Her manner of sneaking, though, is typically crawling on the ground.
Do it. You won't.
Everyone roll a stealth check. I'm assuming everyone's following along.
Yeah. And you have advantage +1 if you have your sneaky boots and cloak on.
I rolled a nat 20.
15.
That's a 12.
Plus anything?
Did you roll
No.
advantage? Did you roll advantage?
No, I
He
didn't.
doesn't get it. He doesn't
Right.
have the stuff
That's right.
that we have.
Too late. I
Seven.
just used it. I got a 21.
But that
That's
doesn't
not how it
count.
works.
The 12 counts.
That's not how it works.
All right. So as you guys return to the tunnel that had the tigers in it, you're all kind of sneaking and walking very carefully when Harry kicks a rock that kind of like rolls over and tumbles. And
I whistle a calming tune.
Okay.
What a waste, because I'm using Speak with Animals.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Again.
Okay, we'll go for it.
Meow. Meow, meow.
So one of the tigers kind of like rolls over and its paw kind of like scratches at its cheek and then it settles down again. And then the other one kind of like sits up and he puts his front paws and his back paws together and makes like an arch with his back and then like stretches out and he turns around and he's like meow, 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 meow.
In
Tigers
common,
meow.
Aaron. Yes. Who's the druid of the group?
All right. So what is your translation you're saying?
No, I'm going to just say in common. Oh, enough said. And I'm going to walk up to the one that rolled on, it's got its belly exposed and it just kind of, the first one, and I'm going to start to rub right next to its cheek and then another one right between its, its upper chest. And get in there real good and go meow, 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 meow.
Okay. But
Yeah.
what's the translation of what you're saying?
Well, what did you say back to me?
So what did you say first? Because you started it.
Well, you should have given me a response. I said, "Hey guys, nothing to worry about. We're just coming for a walk, and I have a couple, belly scratchers here. They're really good, really good."
So the one who was stretching when I said like, I'm not a big fan of the belly scratchers, but Teddy over there, he loves them. But what's it? That's a really weird dialect. Where are you from?
Connecticut. You've never heard of it, but yeah. I mean, we got tigers in the area, and it's a whole thing. But my bad on the whole chest rubbing. They, for some reason, up north love it that way. So let me go ahead and yeah. Is that better? Yeah, that's. I can see you're enjoying that. Okay. Do you guys happen to know what's down the rest of the way of the cave?
Roll, I guess a persuasion check for your pets, or maybe it would be animal handling. Yeah, roll animal handling.
He's gonna win it either way if he rolls a 1.
That's a +8.
Oh, it's almost as good as my performance.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's only a 10. Oh, no, that's just +3. Hold on. Add 15.
All right. So the one that you're scratching kind of does a little like shift and rolls onto his side, and he just shoves his face like right against your hand. He just does that whole like that cat like pushing
I
against.
love how
pushing
you're
his cheek.
pantomiming.
Thank you. Pushing his cheek against your fist, and then the other one's like, "Oh yeah, well, there's a big entrance down that away," and he points the way that like you guys know is the main entrance, and then he points the other way and he says, "And that way there's a well, I guess you could go both ways, but one of the ways is blocked off, but this way there's another entrance. It's a bit smaller. It takes you closer up north. There's like a wolf den up there though. I don't know. They're not always there, but it's a bit more of our secret hunting ground when the wolves aren't around."
Oh, sorry. Meow, 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 meow.
Meow meow.
Oh, you're not gonna. Okay, thank you. God. So I was thinking, I'm a little hungry. You guys look like you might be a little hungry. We could head on down there together. Maybe, I'll help you hunt. I'm actually pretty good.
It is right in the middle of nap time. Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, plus nothing. It's a 20. Yeah. I have an 11 charisma. That was great.
I want
Worked
to
out
check
well.
that. I'm verifying. Hold on.
Go ahead. Hop on there.
I don't know how to get to it.
Check the timestamp.
He says meow 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 meow. The one tiger goes, "Yeah, I guess that's fine. We'll just make our second nap run a little bit longer. Teddy, come on, let's go." Teddy does the same stretch. He does his like arch back, and then he's. Teddy doesn't really talk, so he comes along. The one that you've been talking to, Ian, is he's like a white saber-toothed tiger with black stripes, and then the other one is all yellow with no stripes.
Ooh, interesting.
But more like a dirty blonde,
Okay. I can respect that. And I'll actually, in the heat of the moment, forget that the group is here and just start walking with the tigers.
Okay. Down the corridor.
Yeah.
I will follow at a distance because I don't want to get all up into the tiger's business, but I also don't want to lose Harry.
What are y'all doing?
I'm gonna be between Harry and Bijou.
Getting a little closer, huh?
Reflex cats.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were going to come up and pet one.
I was waiting for you to get done meowing at him. I didn't want to interrupt. I figured it'd be rude.
It would have been. It would have been out of line.
Tatsuo, what are you doing?
Following.
All right, so you guys follow the tigers down a corridor. Again, the walls here are very icy, but they're starting to kind of get a little bit to drip a little bit. You see some icicles and some stalactites. No stalagmites, just the tights.
Damn it.
And eventually you get to this other kind of opening with these big boulders, and you can see one of the paths that you went down earlier. There was an entrance that was kind of blocked off with boulders. This looks like it's the other end of that. So you're kind of coming around the back way of that path that was blocked off from before. Mm-hmm. And let's see. And you don't see any wolves around.
Well, that's fortunate. I wasn't looking for them because I didn't know about them.
Well, the tigers
There's
are
nothing to worry about.
the tigers
all
turn
chill.
back and say, "Looks like none of the wolves are here. Meow 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 meow."
Oh, meow, meow, meow. Yeah, there's no wolves.
Who are you talking to? Meow meow.
Wolves?
I was talking to the group.
What group? Meow.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah,
meow,
right. Because
meow,
we all
meow.
rolled stealth checks.
Meow, 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 meow. Don't panic. There's a group of people behind us. Totally chill. Remember those scratchers I promised you, but we never touch base on? That's them. You just rub up on that little one, and he'll give you a big old hug.
They kind of look around at everyone, and Teddy kind of
I wave
sits
nervously.
his butt down and is staring right at everyone. And then the other one's like, does a little shrug and turns and walks, and he actually walks out of the cave. You can see there's a tiny little entrance in the rocks that's about 6 feet round that leads to the outside, and it seems quiet. Doesn't seem like there's anything going on out there.
Can I go? Teddy's the one that sat down, right?
Yeah, but you don't know that.
That's his name.
All you heard is meows.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. Although you could be brave. This.
I really want to touch the cat, but I don't want. I want to do it in a stealthy way, like kind of nervous, like trying to sneak
You
up
think
on
that's
him,
smart?
At his butt.
You're going to try to sneak up on and startle a tiger.
That's
I
staring
told
right at you.
Oh, is he staring at me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna I assume that he's like cool with me being there. Can I walk up and kind of put my hand out so he'll smell my hand or something?
Yeah, roll an animal handling check.
Yeah, since I told him he could go up to you, but you're approaching him.
I don't know what my animal handling is.
It's wisdom.
Oh, I've got a pretty decent thing for that. Of course, I rolled terrible. 9.
He's gonna swipe at your hand,
Oh, well, come on!
but he doesn't have his paws out. It's kind of like a warning, like
Oh, okay.
a bat. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does the 3 quick hits in recession, like a ba ba ba, and then like goes back to his sitting position.
I jump back and I'm like, oh, all right, and join everybody else a safe distance away.
All right.
So, guys, that's the way out over there. And Reeve, you probably shouldn't do that again.
I figured.
Yeah, I let them know that they can approach you guys if they want to be touched, because
You can tell them I'm a prestigious petter.
I'll try to remember that.
Okay.
Meow, 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 meow. That one's being a little weird. He really wants to touch you. I don't really get it. You don't even look that soft. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful coat. But when was the last time you went under a waterfall?
Teddy looks at you with wide eyes, and he stands up and walks back down the corridor to where his napping spot was and disappears.
Okay.
Take it.
Near the exit of the cave where the other tiger went, you guys see kind of a little... I mean, there's rocks kind of scattered all over the place, but most of this cave is lined with ice. But you do see a formation of rocks kind of like in a circle, but they're like large boulders.
Is this outside of the cave or still in the cave?
Still inside, right by the entrance.
Can I peek and see if there's anything in the center of the boulders?
Yeah. You see...
I'm sneaking.
Yeah. You see 4 large eggs that kind of have like a leathery shell. Bright white.
How big are they?
Probably about...
Similar to the baby dragon we saw.
Whoa, easy.
Well, not that big. No, that was like as big as a person. These would
These
be
are as big as Reeve.
Wow, Reeve is a person.
yeah, these would be like as big as like, like a kick drum.
That's still pretty big. Wow. That's the big drum on the bottom
So
of a kit,
I'm gonna
like the huge. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna kind of, after I look, I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm gonna say, I think these are dragon eggs. I don't think we want to disturb them. The mum might be coming back, so we should just sort of like go around them and not touch them.
Can I do a nature check on those eggs? See
Yeah,
if I
what do you-
actually know what they are,
Yeah,
or investigation. I don't, whichever.
nature.
Okay. 22. Those are my
So
eggs.
I'm pretty sure you rolled really high for like the ice dragon history as well, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it was a crit.
these are definitely ice dragon eggs.
Oh,
And-
finally.
And from what you know about ice dragons, again, is that they're very loner. So like, basically, the mom will lay these and then like never, like she'll protect them, but she'll never like go near them again.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn to the group. Or do you have more to add to that? Sorry.
Yeah, and also they're in clutches of usually like 2 to 6, but typically only one in each clutch survives because they end up like the first one hatching ends up eating the others.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I know
Wonder what those
exactly how that goes.
I wonder what those eggs taste like.
Okay, all right, Reeve, hold on. How many eggs do we have?
4.
Okay, Reeve, you can eat your egg, but I am not going to eat mine. These are loner ice
what do you
dragon
mean?
eggs. These are loner
Between
ice
yours
dragon
and
eggs.
mine.
These are very, very cool creatures.
Why don't we
I
just
would
leave
like
them
to.
alone?
I'm taking
I
one.
was just wondering. I wasn't actually going to eat it.
Have you ever eaten?
Just imagine the eggs and bacon you could have.
Have you ever eaten an egg that's in the middle of growing? Because it's gross.
That is your opinion.
Gross. You're gonna get a bunch of scales and maybe an eyeball in there.
Harry, you're not going to eat it. You're going to raise it, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What if it's not tameable?
That's why we're taking 2.
We're not going to have 2. They won't
Okay,
get along,
look,
for one
I
thing.
can't do this all day, and we can't take 3 dragons, okay? 2 is as many as I'm going to go.
No, just
If you think
just
it's
take
not
one.
enough, then that's,
No, it's more than enough. It's
All right,
twice
fine.
as many
Take
as you
4.
would actually want.
We're taking all 4. Reeve, you're not allowed to eat one
No.
now.
I've heard legends.
I have been forced into this. I'll start picking up the eggs. I'm going to...
What does Byung Ho think about Harry raiding this nest?
He's just kind of standing back there unless someone asks him.
What?
He's
How
not
big are
one
these
for
again?
speaking up as much.
How,
If you
how
guys
big are
haven't
these?
noticed.
How big are
Reeve.
these again?
These are...
I said kick drum, but that's actually like impractical for if you're taking.
Well, I was thinking I could only take 2, and they're like giant barrels, because I'm a big guy anyway.
How could you kill one and then try and raise one?
My question
I didn't
is,
choose to kill it.
My question is, if we leave this cave and then the mother dragon is still out there, and then sees you with her young,
She is
that
going
may
to
not
look...
go very well.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, odds are she's gonna look at those as food at this point. She's gonna look at us carrying food. Those are not her children. She hatches these puppies and leaves them.
Do we have a cloak of invisibility?
I don't know.
Nope.
Check your pocket.
I couldn't remember if someone had one of those.
Harry
reading a lot
Potter
of
over
Harry
here.
Potter.
Everyone's got one of those.
I barely keep track of what I have.
I'm just gonna start asking. Remember that gate scroll I bought? No. Could have sworn I had a gate scroll.
Oh, we left it. We left it on the airship. That's right.
That's right.
That's
we got to
right.
get back to the airship.
Oh,
that
that's yep. It's got a turret in the bottom. Very nice.
Listen, I do my best. Can't always remember.
What does my pixie friend think of all this? The little demon guy.
You
I
turn
hope he's
around and
telling
look
you.
at him.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to like perch on the ice wall, but he keeps like sliding down. And so he keeps like flapping his little wings, his little imp wings to get back up and like reposition himself. And he gets a hold and he goes to give you like an inappropriate gesture. But as soon as he lifts his finger, he starts sliding back down again.
Can I point and laugh at him? Just like,
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
look at that thing try to climb on that stalactite. Oh, it's so funny.
Young Ho turns around and says, What thing are you talking about?
You wouldn't understand.
You're right. He kind of, his eyes widen and he looks at Tatsuo and Bijou, who are like,
It's sort of a long story. He sees a small demonic creature ever since he was cursed by a gnome shaman. Anyway, shall we?
Sees with air quotes.
oh,
So
okay.
maybe we should continue on.
Yeah, we're not that much far away from Low Keep now. Probably just the rest of the day's journey will be able to get us there.
All right. Well, let's try to maybe stay close to the tree line so we don't get spotted by a dragon or a wyvern or whatever else.
So when we step outside, I'm gonna throw a seed, spit on it, and wait for it to grow. Sweet sugar mama, and rub it.
Are you throwing one of the
The
teleport
special ones.
seeds or one of the strawberry seeds?
Teleport. I'm not
we
hungry
have
right now.
Strawberry seeds. I forgot about that.
I forgot what the strawberries do.
Healing, like a lot of healing, like 52 points of healing or something.
Oh, I lost those on the trip. No.
Oh, I ate them all again.
Yeah, right. I'm so full. But yeah.
This is why I check. This is why I check about stuff.
Yeah. I plant the tree. Are you gonna let the tree grow, or should I? I'll wait.
Yeah. It grows.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take one of the eggs and I'm gonna go inside of the tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna say taco, and then I'm gonna set it down right around the corner of the tree, and then come back out.
In like the limbo space.
Yeah, it's left in the limbo,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna come back. I am coming back, and I am picking one up, and I'm gonna carry that one.
With your hands?
Yeah, oh, with both hands.
All right. All right. Anything
done.
else
I'm
anyone
done.
wants to do before you guys set off on the rest of your journey?
Harry, did you leave the other dragon egg in our extra dimensional space?
No, all the eggs are accounted for. They're back there.
I count them.
Let's get a
I
roll
see
on
that there's one missing. Harry, when the dragon hatches, what if it sets fire to all the trees or freezes to death all of the trees in the extra dimensional space?
It's not
Is
gonna
there a
happen.
dragon
Don't-
in the extra dimensional space?
No, I didn't see a dragon in there.
Harry, if you're not going to raise it and spend time with it, don't just punish it into oblivion. Leave it here. Give it a chance to have a actual life.
You gotta trust me here. Believe it or not, I do
don't
love
know if
animals.
I do, because you
You're-
talked to yourself when we went back in time and almost killed everyone. So
Okay, something
Hard
you
for
need to
me.
understand about these
you
dragons.
also started a fight with this dragon that we didn't actually need to kill back there. So no, I don't trust you.
And I'm trying to make up for it here, okay? When these dragons hatch, odds are they're going to be looking for food. And what are they going to do? They're going to eat their sibling before it's hatched. I'm spreading the love. I killed one. I'm now going to spread two.
I just want you to remember this conversation for later. Because when inevitably we argue about this after something disastrous has happened, I'm going to say, remember the conversation. This is the one. This is the one that I'm going to want you to remember.
This one. Okay, hold on. Wednesday,
This one right here.
April 8th, my damn father's birthday at 8:35 p.m. 8:35 p.m. Okay, that's a 3 and a
Your father was a
5,
storm giant, right?
and a P and an M. No, he grew up in Cleveland. No.
Oh.
Okay. All right, we're ready to go.
Did you just write down that you had a conversation?
No, I just wrote down 8:35 because I felt like it.
All right. So, you guys travel on northward. The farther you go, the mountains start to get more and more larger, more and more rocky, with a lot of kind of snowy outcroppings throughout. And after many hours of travel, eventually Byung-ho kind of stops everyone and points ahead. And as you, in front of you, you see kind of from the distance in the horizon, the largest mountain you've ever seen kind of start to tower up. And where the southern dwarves kind of built everything into the hills and kind of hid everything underground, these dwarves seem to have done the opposite, where they've used the physics and the landscape of the mountain in their architecture and kind of built up like towers and it almost looks like just a series of crowns on top of this huge mountain that looks like everything is kind of around the surface of it as opposed to buried inside of it. All made out of like stone and glittery and like snow and ice from sitting on all the rooftops. Very pointed architecture, very rounded edges. And Byung-ho says, "That's Lokeep.
Have you been here before?
I've only heard stories. I've never actually been myself."
Is there a place that clearly looks like an entrance of some kind or a gate?
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the brief interruption. We had a bit of a power outage happen, a bit of a storm going on last night. This is why the episode is going to be a little bit later today. We just left off coming up to the mountain of Lokeep. And the question was asked if you see a kind of an entrance into the mountain. So you see ahead of you, there is this really long pathway kind of winding back and forth with stairs cut into the mountain. And it goes up for about, I would say the actual city starts about like 150, 200 feet if you're eyeballing it in above from like the base of the mountain. And this is just like a mile back and forth of cutbacks going back and forth cut into the mountain to get up there. At the bottom of the mountain, at the bottom of these stairs, you see 2 dwarven guards. And then kind of almost every like 100 feet, you see another pair of dwarven guards going up these stairs into the city.
I'm going to go up to the guards with my hands up in the air to show that I'm not being aggressive in any way.
Yeah. So you approach and they're kind of like, "Good eye. Can we help you?"
Oh, hello. Is your mountain open for visitors?
Not necessarily open for visitors unless you've got cards or a plan or someone you're supposed to meet.
Yes. So we are here on state business.
What kind of state?
From the elves at Moon Lake.
All right, who are you supposed to be seeing then?
Can I... do I remember who the king is over...
Yeah, I actually went back and re-listened to this episode to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything. Admus never told you the king's name. He just told you he was the son of the king, but that you could drop his name to get in.
I think I have his... well, we're here to speak with Admus Noblefinger.
Ah, Mr. Noblefinger. Very well. He just got back recently. Can we tell a name to the Noblefingers?
You can let him know the delivery service is here.
Very well, very well. And one of the guards kind of like resumes his post, and the other one says, "Follow me then." Is it just you, or is it the rest of your party as well?
Oh, it's all of us.
All right.
No man is an island.
He kind of looks at everyone and gets to Harry, and his kind of eyes get bigger. He's like, "Well, this will be interesting. All right then, follow me if you will." And he takes you on this trek up through these cutbacks and stairs in the mountains. And every time you guys pass a pair of guards, they kind of go to attention with like their spear. They're all holding spears, and their spears kind of like sticking straight up, and until everyone passes, and they kind of resume their, chit chat about the weather. And eventually, you're cutting back and forth, and you get up to this kind of landing that's cut into the mountain. This is the only part that really seems like it's going into the mountain itself, but it's this huge door that is like stories tall, like just huge, like wooden door, cut in kind of like a pointed arch at the top of it. And he gives like a special knock on it, and it just kind of swings inward. Ooh. And you guys see this really long tunnel going back into the mountain.
Oh, this is very impressive.
Inside, like as you go down this tunnel, there's lots of little like buttresses kind of keeping the like pointed arch up along the entire way. There's like statues of dwarves carved out of stone. There's like tapestries of what looks like dwarves fighting off like orcs and ogres and all this fun stuff. And like torches and jewelry and all kinds of stuff kind of lining the walls as you walk down this really long, echoey tunnel. And then eventually you come in to this kind of center area that has all of these different stairways and different ramps and like ornate passageways leading off to a lot of different directions. It kind of seems like this is like the hub, and you're seeing all these connections going up and down and like all throughout the mountain. The guard says, right this way, we will go see. If you all will wait here, I'm going to go communicate to Mr. Noblefinger that you all have arrived, and he should hopefully be down to greet you soon. The delivery service, you said?
Yes.
All right then.
If he doesn't remember, he absolutely should. But we met in Prine.
Very well then. He did mention that he was returning from Prine for some sort of funeral.
Yes.
I see. All right. Well, I'll go convey the message. You all wait here, and I will be back shortly.
Thank you.
You guys see just tons and tons of dwarves just going back and forth throughout these tunnels. Like some of them are carrying wagons of things. Some of them are just kind of leisurely walking around with friends and chatting. But everyone seems to be like, it doesn't seem like people are hanging out here. It just seems like this is like the middle point from like a lot of point A's to a lot of point B's.
Like we're in Times Square.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. How different is like the architecture from Soft Hill?
Well, it's remarkably smaller.
How so?
What?
They're both dwarves.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so Soft Hill, the kind of main marketplace area, was a lot more built as a middle common ground, like a meeting place. Like there was like markets and streets and all this stuff. And it was a huge dome. And everything was made out of glass. This one is a lot more stone, a lot more like jewelry inlaid to things, and much more kind of tight.
Is there like a place still in this area, but like out of the very center of things that we could stand and not be in the way? Like, are we getting shouldered and elbowed by dwarves passing?
Yeah, to some degree. It's not too bad because most people are kind of going straight from where, like, I think of it more of like Grand Central Station, where like everyone's coming here to go somewhere else kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there is to some degree like a lot of hubbub around where you are right in the middle, but it's people are walking around no problem. It's not like
Okay.
like any rudeness or anything.
This is all right.
Everything is also lit up by like torches and lanterns and all of that. Not like the kind of overall light that was coming from Soft Hill. This is a lot more like pockets of light because it's being lit kind of manually.
Do I see any shops around or anything like that? Like
Nope.
nothing. Okay.
Ian, that's a really mischievous smile.
I'm scared.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we're just waiting for someone to come back. I feel super awkward here.
All right.
Maybe
Byung-ho's
I'll
kind of taking everything in. He's like, this is definitely the biggest place I've ever been to. There's so many people here.
maybe I'll play some music on my little mini harpsichord
Yeah.
and play like a dwarven tune.
Are you putting out like anything?
Yeah, I'll put out like a little what do I have that could collect money? I'm gonna just put out a little bag. Like kind of open and empty.
Yeah. Roll
For
a
people to-
performance check.
Okay. Sweet. 23.
Okay. No one's really like stopping to listen. People are just kind of like passing coins in as they walk by. But you do make 100 gold off of it.
Ooh.
But also like no one is paying any attention to you at all.
Is the king like printed on the coins?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
What? You should know that offhand.
I was just wondering.
What do you?
What's his name?
You see, well, it doesn't say his name printed on the coin.
Oh,
Is there a mint mark on the coin? What grade
Stop.
are they? Are they?
No, I forget I feel like he told us maybe a long time ago or something. I don't know. I just don't know the king's name.
No, you don't know the king's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Phil.
All right.
Hey, look,
I'm
guys,
just
I got a
calling
lot
it
of
right
money.
now. It's. Oh. Yeah, no, you actually got a lot of money. A lot more than
Oh,
I
that's
thought.
great, Bijou. Oh, that's great, Bijou. Yeah, I collected about 11,000 earlier myself.
Well, I earned mine.
Good job.
Thank you.
As did I. I fought a dragon.
Oh, here we go. Yeah?
I'm still kind of hurt by it. We haven't rested, have we?
Good. Good.
Tatsuo
yeah.
is scanning the room and looking for shenanigans.
What types of shenanigans?
Bad shenanigans.
Like rugby players?
No, like crime.
What's
Do-
wrong with rugby players?
I
Do
don't know, I
rugby
just think they
players
get up to a lot of
specifically?
shenanigans.
No. Why would you think that?
Because I know
You
a lot
mean-
of rugby players. They like shenanigans.
Both of my cousins were rugby players, and they did get into shenanigans, but I don't understand.
It's not called rugby, it's called scrubbo.
Sorry. Scrubonanigans.
Crime shenanigans.
Whoa. All right. Well,
Perception
Let's-
check.
sure.
I can't find it now. Okay, there it is. Okay. Oh, a 20. It was not a natural 20. It was a 19. But
All right. You see a little young looking dwarf kind of like darting back and forth, looking like he's doing shenanigans. He's,
What does that even mean?
Pickpocketing? What's he doing?
he just looks suspicious, a little
Pulling down people's
shenanigan.
pants and running away.
Tatsuo starts following him.
Oh God.
Tatsuo, oh, never mind.
Just
All
starts
right.
following.
You follow him, and the crowd kind of like envelops you, and you're just following him, and he goes up this little path, and we'll get back to that later.
Uh-oh.
And then Admus comes down with the guard to see all of you.
Bijou is so over it. Bijou is so over the wrangling of people. Anyway.
He comes up and he says, "Good eye, my friends. I didn't think you'd actually come and take my invitation. So good to see you." And he comes up and he gives Reeve just like a punch in the gut.
Do I need to roll for damage? Because I'm really
You don't
hurt.
roll when someone damages you.
Or do I need? Do I need to roll a save?
I don't know. Were you expecting it?
Yeah, I was kind of clenching a little bit.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Okay. And I'm like, oh, it's good to see you too. And I like give him I kind of put a little more effort into it than I probably should. But I like punch him like right in the chest, like right there.
He goes, right in the bone in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like catches his breath for a second and then bursts out laughing. And he turns to Byung Ho and says, "What's going on? I see you exchange one human for another then?"
Oh, well, our Tatsuo has just gone off to monitor the local shenanigans. This is Byung-ho from Easton.
"Oh, you found our pub then. Shenanigans." Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I think we'll be heading there later. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, what can I help you out with? Do you all need rooms? Do you need beds? Do you need food?
You know,
Should we have a party?
I think we would definitely appreciate a place to stay. But I am so curious about your wonderful country and the history behind it. I think I would love to just talk to you and maybe your family to learn some more.
Well, absolutely. I'll plan out. We can have a party tonight. We can have it in our room, and I'll give you all beds to sleep in, and put you all up in the finest accommodations. Any friend of Davis is, of course, a friend of ours.
Oh, that's sweet.
Admus is. So I look forward to showing you the best hospitality I can. Hopefully, at some point, you can return the favor when we get back to wherever you all are from. I don't even know. And yeah, I need some time to put some things together. If you want, Shenanigans is right up that way. And he points up like one of the pathways like going up somewhere. He says, "There's a group of restaurants and taverns and stalls up there. And Shenanigans is the big one with the green door. It's definitely my
great.
favorite pub in the city. And I'll meet you all there in a few hours after I make some arrangements."
Thank you so much. I can't wait.
Wait, real quick before you go.
Oh, what is it?
Do you know anywhere I could find rugby players?
Rugby, boys.
Scrubbo?
Yes. yes.
You mean Scrubbo?
Well, I played a bit of Scrubbo myself in my university days, but we do have a bit of an intramural league here. If you're
Oh,
interested in joining.
fantastic.
We
Yes,
are
I
in
would
the
love
off-season
to.
right now, though, so you might have to wait a few months, but
Well, do you have a pamphlet?
I'll bring one to the party.
Okay. All right.
It's a pretty big package you got there you're carrying.
Personal remark.
It is, and I will take that compliment. Are you gonna? What time do you get to the party tonight?
Well, like I said, I need to go make some arrangements because I'm creating the party for you. So I'll let you know when everything is organized.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What should I wear?
Whatever you have on now is fine. I suppose we have some change of clothes if you didn't bring any, but I don't know if I've got anything that fits your stature.
No, I don't.
What is it? That is a very round package. What is
Well,
in that?
let's
It's well,
criticize the shape of someone's package.
yeah, no, I know,
Seem
right?
nice.
Like it's. Let's not. Come on, that's a little bit personal here. Okay, I was okay with the first compliment, but I'm not here to show and tell. Okay.
I really
So-
need to sleep. I
In-
really need to sleep.
In truth, it's a surprise.
Oh, surprise present for me? You shouldn't have.
No, we didn't. It's a surprise for someone else. We just have to drag it around, with a delivery service.
All right,
I'm really
then.
quite, quite tired. I would like to go to sleep.
Like I said,
Well,
I'll
he
give you-
has to take time to arrange the rooms. Don't rush the
Oh,
man.
I thought he said they were already done.
I'll give you some accommodations tonight, but I've got to sort everything out. We just had some other visitors leave recently. Got to clean it all up, change all the sheets,
From where?
Oh, these visitors were from the Wood Elves. We have some diplomats coming back and forth from time to time. We're very politically entwined with that community. But
Lovely.
as per your request, let me get my assistant to meet you at the tavern. He will be more than happy, I'm sure, to tell you any of the history of the country, any of the questions that you have, answered any of our history. I know Miss Bijou, Miss Bijou,
Friend.
you were mentioning something about wanting to know a bit more, so I'll send my assistant down there to help you out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, and look forward to seeing you all soon.
Great.
And he kind of wanders off back from whence he came with a little extra skip in his step.
I'm
I
gonna
take note. Sorry.
nudge Reeve. Hey Reeve, can you still do that cool psychic message thing?
Which one? The one? And he gets really, Reeve gets really excited. He asks that.
Whatever the little spell that the gentleman taught you on the ship, where you can send a message to someone.
Oh,
Your
right.
message cantrip, Andrew.
Oh, right. Yes, I can. What
Do you
what
think
kind
you
of
could
message
send
was-
a message to Tatsuo and let her know that we're going to the Shenanigans Tavern?
I think so. Hold on, let me check. I don't know if I have to see them. Actually, don't. Dang it. Hold on. Checking real quick. I don't know if I have to see somebody to do that spell.
It has to be within 120 feet.
120 feet.
Probably too late.
Doesn't
Too
hurt to
late.
try. Doesn't hurt to try.
You have to point at them. So I would assume
Yeah.
you have to see them.
Never mind.
I'm going to point just towards the general direction
Yeah.
just to see.
And
And I'm going to say, Tatsuo, we'll meet you at Shenanigans. Be ready.
You hear off in the distance someone say, "Oi, did you hear that? You going to Shenanigans? Who said that? Who said that?"
I kind of duck my head down.
Reeve, I don't think it worked. All right, let's go.
All right. Tatsuo, you are following this little dwarven adolescent.
Crime
He's kind of
lord.
like, huh?
Crime lord. The adolescent crime lord.
No. He's just kind of ducking back and forth and through all these different passageways and alleys. Roll a
Sneak 'em
Well-
check.
not a sneak 'em check. I'm trying to think of like what would be a good check for her, because you don't really know the area, so you've got to like
Nope.
tail him pretty well, or like, are you trying to
Stealth?
catch him, or
No, not yet.
so you're trying to like not be noticed but also follow him?
Yes.
Stalk him.
Yeah.
One with the knight.
Go ahead and roll a. I guess survival.
Survival. All right.
It's not exactly what it.
10. And I have +4 to it. I rolled really low.
All right. So you are following back and forth, and you end up kind of in these kind of darker, like narrower part of town that kind of looks a little bit run down. And it opens up into a section outside of the mountain, and you kind of like, you didn't realize that it was going that way. You kind of like stumble out, and all of a sudden you see like you're like right on the edge and like about to fall off, and you just see like the huge landscape in front of you. You're like about probably like almost a mile up in the sky on this mountain, and
Cute.
you look around either way, and you don't see where that guy went, but you do see a lot of kind of not quite as well dressed and affluent looking dwarves as you saw in the central hub. And they're all kind of giving you a weird eye, and some of them are holding like sticks and things that could look like potential improvised weapons.
Sup, fellas?
None of them say anything. They just all kind of like look at you, nod, and a couple of them kind of like stand up and do that thing where they kind of start to walk towards you, but not actually walking towards you.
This looks like a fun place. Just super nice. Way nicer than where I grew up. So I'm going to go back the other way now.
Probably sounds about right. We don't like a lot of visitors here. Says a big burly dwarf with a club. He's kind of just like going doom, doom, doom into his hand with it.
How many of them are there?
There's 3 that look like they're actually trying to intimidate you.
There's just 3. Only 3.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot more around, but there's like 3 who like are telling you to back off, basically.
What's your name, friend?
Well, I don't need to tell you any names. I didn't ask you your name. Coming to my home, asking me my name, asking me my business. Why don't you turn around and go back where you came from, missy?
Did I ask you business? I'm pretty sure I said this was a nice place and I was going to leave, but I just wanted to check your name. Don't know why that makes you so mad.
We don't like a lot of humans here.
That seems...
Don't like a lot of visitors. This is the part of town you probably don't want to find yourself stumbling upon. So I would advise turning back now.
I might just see you around. I'm not she's like not intimidated whatsoever. Well, might see you around. If I feel like coming back, I might do it.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, but carefully.
All right. Where are you going?
Back the same way.
Okay. You go back to the hub. You don't see any of your friends. You don't see anyone you know.
She tries to get a drink. First available place for a drink.
Just kind of wandering around.
Yep, looking for a drink.
Shenanigans.
No, I want it to be a different bar.
Roll a D100.
Yes.
It says
Wow.
85.
You wander up and you find this group of like restaurants and taverns and bars, and you see 3 in front of you, one with a red door, one with a yellow door, and one with a green door, and you go into the one with the red door.
Okay.
And you go and get a drink.
Glug, glug.
And at the tavern with the green door, our other friends walk in.
Yeah.
And You guys go in and it's pretty popping. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of drinking happening, a lot of slap fights going on here and there.
All right.
Is there like a round corner booth? You know what
Sure.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd like to take that so I can see the door.
Okay. You got a barmaid comes over and she's like, "Good eye, everyone. Some visitors in town, I see. Anything I can get for you? We got our specialty today. Some of our dwarven whiskey on sale for 1 gold piece each. And then, of course, we've got our famous ales. We are very well known for our brews here at Shenanigans. And those will go for 2 gold pieces each, but they're very worth it. Let me tell you what."
Well, I'll take a mug of your favorite. I'll just trust you with that decision.
Very well. I'll go get you a mug of one of my favorite ales. These are all brewed in house, mind you. We're a specialty brewery, if you would. And anything else I can get for any of you?
I'll have
kinda
2
nods and
ales.
says, like, "I'll take a whiskey." Very well. 1 whiskey. Sorry, what was it,
Oh.
little person? I'm sorry, you're not really that little. We're about the same size, but just around all these big people, it's very. What was it, sir?
He's so
Whoa!
he's so cute. You know, little guy. Just little guy around
Well,
big friends.
little person, what will you have?
I'll have 2 ales.
All right. Any kind
Really
of
big ones.
Really big
He's
ones.
making
huh?
up for his height.
You like the dark ones, the light ones, some of the fruity ones? I'll get you
I
some
like
of the
the
fruity
dark.
ones.
And I want the dark ones.
I'd like a fruity one, please.
Very well. All right, I got 1 fruity, 2 darks, a whiskey,
Does she?
and dealer's choice.
Yes.
Does the barmaid have a beard?
Why you gotta ask personal questions like that?
I'm not. I'm asking the DM. I'm not asking the barmaid.
She doesn't have a beard. She has like right on the edges of her lips. She's got kind of like a bit of a mustache peeking out, and it's kind of
Like
long. It
whiskers?
goes down to about her chin.
Yeah,
But
Impressive.
that's about it.
little whiskers.
Just curious.
And so very well then. Be back in a jiffy, and enjoy your time here. Thank you for coming.
Right.
You guys are all so Bijou and Byung-ho. You're like sitting at this table, and your knees are just like pushing against the bottom of the table in the seats. And then Harry, you probably would have to sit on the end so that like you can just like splay your legs out because it would not fit under the table. And Reeves sitting back there in the middle, just like perfectly sized.
I'm alright with that.
Is anyone playing music?
Oh yeah, there's the band of dwarves. We got some lyre and harpsichord action and some drummer going on.
Can
They're
I try
singing
to listen?
Are
and
they
learn
called the band
song?
of dwarves? Or what are they called?
No, you don't know. They didn't. They
Can
don't
I
have a
try
sign
to-
on their drum.
Okay.
Can I try to learn their song that they're playing?
Yeah. Go for it.
And whenever their song is over, I'd like to throw 5 gold in their, if they have like a guitar case or something open that I could.
Yeah. It's gonna take some maneuvering to get out of the table, but yeah, you can do that.
Well, I have a decent dexterity, so. And I'll try to get their name too, like if they announce it or something.
Yeah. Oh, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. We're the Beardy Weirdies, and
Yes.
we appreciate all the gold y'all have shed. And this next song is one we wrote. It's called Noblefinger, You're Our Man.
You, oh man.
And they break into an exciting tune. Lots of a new guy comes up and he starts jamming out on the flute along with everything.
like Jethro Tull kind of.
More like I was thinking more like Flogging Molly style,
Okay.
but not like that style of tune, but yeah,
right.
with a flute.
That's neat.
Eventually, you have a very finely dressed, very well groomed, like slick back hair dwarf comes to approach you all. He says, "Good day, everyone. I was sent by Admus to accompany you. I heard I'm assuming you are the visitors. The delivery service he mentioned."
Yes, that's us. My name is
Indeed.
Bijou.
What did you say? And me. Oh, very well. My name is Bomok. Nice to meet you.
Bomuk.
Bomok, that's right. Please no off-color jokes about the name. It's a family one that goes back for generations.
I would never.
You know, I've heard it all. I've heard, hey, bummy boy. I've heard, Mr. Bum. I bet you like bums. I've heard it all. But no, Bomok is my name, and it's definitely one that I'm not ashamed of at all.
Well, good. You shouldn't be ashamed.
Don't make me think that. Please don't think that me initiating the lack of shame would make you think that I'm actually ashamed. No, really not ashamed. It's
Of course.
family name. This is just what I
Yes.
go by. It's what my mom and dad named me. But trust me, I've heard it all. I've heard. Oh, Mr. Professor Bum. I've heard Bummer Boy. I've heard all of it.
Bijou has a totally straight face while he is saying all of this.
Are our beers here yet?
No.
Okay.
Well,
And
oh, go ahead.
I'm kind of in the corner here.
You raise your shield.
Yeah, I have my shield in front of my face like this.
Well, would you like to join us at the table here? Reeve was so kind to go ahead and order you a beer.
Oh, wonderful. I hope it was one of the fruity ones.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
don't
one.
remember.
I got one. You can sit over by me. Reeve, move your bum.
Excuse me, sir. Was that directed at me?
No, he was telling Reeve here to move because Reeve
I
is
told
taking up so
Reeve
much
over
space.
here to move. Yeah.
What? My shield and axe need a place to sit too.
Well, move your axe.
That was a good
So-
one. I
was
like that one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, sir.
fine.
Have you checked? This tavern actually has a shield and a weapon daycare, where all the weapons get to go and spend some quality time together. There's some folks employed by the tavern who actually watch over the weapons, make sure that they don't get up to any trouble.
Yeah, but can you really trust
That's
them?
unheard of. Oh, the hospitality here.
I'll if you'd like, I can bring them over and
I'll take them myself. And I
Very
go
well.
Cradle them.
All right.
I get up and I walk over that way.
Yeah, it looks like a coat check room, but it's just like lots and lots of, as when you look over, like it's got that like half door, you know, and when you look over the half door, you see like all these kind of like shields and maces and everything kind of like scattered across the floor and like toys and stuff.
Are they doing?
Is there like a little slide
Yeah,
in there?
And they're doing enrichment activities.
yeah.
There's like a book next to one. Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I hand the shield and axe, the big axe, over to the attendant there.
Yeah, it's a very like it's a young dwarf girl, very excited. It's like, oh wow, we can't wait to spend some quality time with your weapons. Come back and pick them up anytime. Don't worry, they're in great hands.
Do I get like a little ticket or anything?
Oh yeah,
Or do I
you get a
just-
little. It's actually like a little, like almost like a lanyard, like a little necklace that has a number on it.
Okay.
And she ties the little numbers to each of your.
Yep. Now be careful. They play a little rough.
Oh, of course. We've got some older ones in the back that I'm sure they'd like to hang out with.
Yeah.
I walk back to the table.
All right.
I can't, but I kiss the little shield and axe before we go.
All right, weirdo.
What? Just being an affectionate father. There's nothing wrong with that.
What's the deal?
All right. By the time you get back, your drinks are all there.
Um, so I'm gonna ask Bumek. So we've been doing a lot of trips to different places around Naya to try to kind of get some help from people. And we wanted to make sure that the mountain dwarves were represented in that.
Well, very well. What kind of help are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for a person that I've been told their family was killed. So I don't know how to find this person.
What was the family name?
Red Grip? What happened to the we heard the story about the Red Grip family being taken out by the Assassin's Guild or something. But we're looking for a descendant of the Red Grip family.
I'm afraid there's no known descendants of the Red Grips. The last ones were actually cousins of the Noblefingers.
Mm-hmm.
It was Kremrim and what was it? Kremrim and Mernora. They were kind of like nobles, I guess you could say, in our country. Noble family, and they actually were, well, Mernora was pregnant. She had a lot of complications with the pregnancy, and they were on their way down to Moon Lake to see some of the wizards down there and get some help, and the whole caravan was attacked and killed.
Werewolves. Yeah.
Now, was there an Admus Red Grip?
No, there's a Admus Noblefinger,
Right.
my employer.
Right, and Admus is great. We really love him so much.
He can be a bit much sometimes, but he's a nice guy once you get to know him.
Yeah.
Just be careful. He will hit you if he likes you.
I've seen that. I'm trying
He starts
to
to like
keep
roll
him.
up his sleeves, and he's just like, "Look at all these bruises I got here. Got this one over here."
That is awful.
Well, he
You're
pays
pretty
well enough.
popular. Yeah.
It's all
Are you-
right. It's all in.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'll heal
Are you
really
sure?
quickly. It's one of the
Okay.
racial traits we have. You know, dwarves, very hardy people.
Does he
That's
like?
right.
Does he seem like he's truly happy?
I mean, yeah, he's not as like built as some of the like he's skinny for a dwarf, but he's still like stockier than most elves you know. Yeah, he seems to be fine.
So, when they were taken out on the way to Moon Lake, was it the Assassin's Guild or was it something else?
The story is it was the Assassin's Guild. I wasn't there. I don't know, but I
Right.
believe that Herdrin, Admus's father, he was the one who found them. He went down to, I don't know if he'd gotten some intel or something, but he'd gone down to check on them and to try and catch up with them, and he found them all dead. He
That's
said it was the Assassin's Guild. I don't know for sure.
Right. Well, he wouldn't have a reason to lie.
Of course not. He's the king, right?
Right. Absolutely. Well, do you know anything about the Assassin's Guild?
Well, I know that they're a guild full of assassins, and
Do they have like a town where they're based or a place to find them?
they're very secretive. If I
Right.
had to guess, it'd probably be one of the transient towns, transient countries, something like Ortan or what, like that rich country that we have not ever mentioned yet. So let me remember what the name of it is that I created 2 years ago. Ironglass. You know, Ironglass.
I've been there.
Really? You don't strike me as someone they would have let in.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why? Are they
You
racist?
would think. Oh yeah, they're very racist there.
They're probably classists.
They're very. Oh yeah, that's a better word for it. Very. Only the wealthiest of the wealthy really get entry into there.
Well, I happen to know some people who are very recently wealthy. We might be able to get in.
I start glugging my beer nervously.
Um,
Bombs away.
So, Jay, who gave us the name of Admus Redgrip? Wasn't that the Moonlake Elves?
Yes.
They're a bunch of liars.
So we need to figure out where they got this name because no one has ever heard of an Admus Redgrip.
We already know Admus. He's the one.
All right.
Okay,
Back
I have
at the
theories.
Red Door Tavern.
He's the one.
Back at the Red Door Tavern, Tatsuo, when you go in, there's a stage set up, and everyone's kind of like sitting around, looking at the stage. Roll a perception check.
Drum roll.
Ta-da. Ta-da.
21.
21. Oh,
Ooh,
no, I
pretty
rolled
good.
it 2 times. It didn't go through, so 7.
All right.
Let's go with the original, and it's 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just seems like a bunch of people looking towards this stage area. Are you going up to the tavern? Are you going to grab a seat?
She grabs a seat at the bar.
Okay. Bartender comes over. It's a very, very, like, cut dwarven man. He says, "All right, Missy, it's not a lot of time we get travelers in here. Can I interest you in a bit of a drink?" And he kind of like rests his elbow on the bar and like flexes his biceps.
She grimaces a little bit because she's not into that, but she says, "Sure can, pal."
"What can I interest you in then?" And he kind of stands back up and does a little like putting both fists up and flexing his biceps in a different way. He says, "We got some top shelf stuff up here. We got some bottom shelf down here. And over to the right, we got a little bit of the middle range.
You
We
seem
actually
like
import some of our ales from Shenanigans.
oh,
Very popular.
that seems like just something I would enjoy. You
Like
seem
the
like a
Shenanigan Stout.
sure. You seem like a guy that also might enjoy some healthy competition, friendly in nature, of course.
I am not.
You don't? Then-
Come on, Jay. Yes, and
I've got my looks to think about here. These are the money makers. You think that all these little biddies over here are going to tip as well if I get a bruise on my face? And you
I'm
look
just
around and you
talking about
notice,
an arm wrestling match, son.
you notice that everyone in the bar is, everyone at the table in the tavern is a woman.
Oh.
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 Okay.
She grimaces again. No face contact, just what do you call it? Arm
Below the
wrestling? Arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling. Well, you want to challenge these guns? And he does this like arms down to the middle. Big old
Sure.
bicep pull.
Sure do, could be fun.
Well, all right. We can, but let's wait till after the show.
What's going on that stage there?
And then the music starts playing
It's
and
him. Oh
lights
my
point
God.
towards the stage.
He's a stripper.
And you see another really clean-shaven dwarven man come out on the stage.
Clean shaven?
Really clean-shaven, like almost like
Never.
oiled down.
Never a good sign.
Like his head too?
Not his head, no. He's got a nice little like Caesar haircut, you know.
Okay.
Tatsuo puts her hand on her forehead like, oh god.
And we're gonna stop this episode here. We'll pick it up next time. Talk to y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye.
shoulder,
cats.
Radio. .com.